Today, our viewer question is they have asked, knowing that diet, exercise, and meditation are all part of a healthy lifestyle, could you expand on the benefits of meditation?
Oh my, this is a wonderful question and a very important and profound subject that I'm this qualified to comment on because there's not only people who've spent their whole life serious meditation, yogis in the Himalayas and the caves there. There are certainly a lot of neuroscientists who devote their entire career studying the effects of meditation, and they're making amazing progress in gaining insights into the neurophysiology involved here. And I can't say I've immersed myself in their world. I'm sure it's a fascinating and wonderful discipline to follow. That said, as one who meditates periodically and needs to do it more and more, there's no question that as I attain that state and as I read in the medical literature, certainly wonderful things happen in our brain. The more we learn about the brain, the more wonderful changes that we're able to detect as our functional MRI scanners get better, as the electroencephalography readouts get better. We can see the brain attaining this remarkable state of equilibrium and harmonic electrical surges and balance. And imagine that, the closer you look, the more you'll see. If we could get in and sample spinal fluid flowing, cerebrospinal fluid flowing through the brain, I'm sure the neurohormones balances change. I'm sure the subtle electrical properties change, protein change their configuration. The closer you look, the more you would see. And there comes a point where just looking at the mechanisms, you lose focus on just the general well-being that the meditative state produces. And certainly, as I said, the more we learn about it, we'll understand, because the brain is connected to everything. And I'm sure as you measure your adrenal hormones and muscle potentials, everything in the body attains a midline state of rest, but function in a very important form and very important mode. In a way, it's a state of equilibrium that has to be very beneficial, almost being essential. What do I mean? Well, as we're sleeping in the morning, outside of the dreams we might be having, we're laying in bed and everything is at rest. If you didn't eat before you went to bed, your stomach's empty, your GI tract shouldn't be moving a whole lot, your muscle tissue, your muscle and musculoskeletal system is pretty much at rest as you're just laying there. Your nervous system isn't firing, peripheral nerves aren't firing a whole lot. And it's a state where the body can come into rebalancing. To use an automotive analogy, you're driving your car and a lot of thousands of parts are moving under the hood and energy is being generated and entropy is happening. And you finally come into the garage and you turn the engine off and the motion stops and the heat dissipates and the energy starts to cool and the fluids drain down into the oil pan and the engine gets, it's a state of rest and, if you will, healing. Maybe little cracks in the gaskets, as they cool, start coming together a bit and seal up a bit. And our body's kind of doing the same thing. Every meal you eat sets off cascades of hormones released and muscle contraction. This is a state where those activities get to come back to midline again. And that's important. All the animals do it. When you think about everything from horses to houseflies, they sleep at night. And they come into that state of repose. So meditation is a way in the middle of your day, or the beginning of your day, the end of your day, to just hit that button of quiet and rebalancing and de-stressing and rebalancing of hormones, etc. Even for 5 minutes is a beneficial thing. If you can do it for 10 or 20, I think you're all the more healed for it. So I'm a big fan of meditation, and the more I learn about the body, the more I learn about meditation. What a beautiful, of course, they go together. It's beyond spiritual. It's a physical and physiologic healing and renewal. So I'm a big fan of meditation. And if everybody stopped in the middle of their day for 5 minutes, closed their eyes, just felt themselves breathe and felt themselves part of the world around them, we might all enjoy this life a lot more. So thumbs up on meditation from the doc here. So something to meditate upon. Hi, everyone. Dr. Michael Klaper here, announcing our new format for our Q&A with Dr. K. Annie Hagen will be asking me one question that's been sent in by our viewers. So if you want to see if your question is getting answered, do join us for our Q&A with Dr. K right here. Hope to see you then.